Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge. It is episode 57. It's the usual group here. I'm Alex. I got here with me Addie.
I
Okay.
wasn't sure if I wanted to cut you off with the hey, or if I should wait for like 15 minutes until I say hey, but whatever. We'll go with this.
Either way, you were fucking me over. Okay, thanks. And we got Pink here.
Hello there.
Yeah. And we're still kind of in the post-Christmas drought for news, so we've only got two topics, and both of them are kind of stretching for you. So the first topic is that supposedly the next animated movie that DC's working on, which holy fuck, they are working on all of the animated movies ever, but the next one's actually an adaptation of a comic book storyline I've actually read. Batman: The Long Halloween. Pink, have you read The Long Halloween?
I might have. I know I've heard of the Long Halloween. I'm just not sure which Batman story that is.
It is
Is
set.
that one by Jim Lee?
It is Jeff Loeb. It is considered the Jeff Loeb Batman story.
All right.
It's his follow-up to Batman Year One, since Frank Miller's own follow-ups to Year One, Year Two, and Year Three were kind of crap. And up until Flashpoint, I believe Long Halloween was the canon sequel to Year One. Back when that was actually all canon, would you believe it? Long Halloween focuses, of course, on, because Batman Year One. Have you read Batman Year One?
Yes.
So there's no actual supervillains in Batman Year One. It's all Batman versus the mob and the corrupt police force.
Right.
The Long Halloween is about the transfer of power between from the mobs to the costumed supervillains, and is partially about how the mobsters have run out of time and that their time is over. And it's mostly represented in the form of that there's a serial killer going through and killing most of the mobsters. And I won't spoil the identity of him, but they call him Holiday in it, which one of the bigger things of the Long Halloween was that it overhauled Calendar Man as a character. Fucking Calendar Man, remember him?
Oh yeah.
And it turned him from a goofy heister who has holiday heist themed heists to a creepy ass serial killer who kills on every holiday. And they kind of set him up as the Hannibal Lecter because Batman has to go to him to talk to him about the new serial killer Holiday, because Holiday is killing a mobster on every holiday. And Calendar Man's naturally a little bit pissed that somebody's stealing his shit. But Long Halloween is one of my absolute favorite Batman storylines, definitely. The Dark Knight is based off of it. I should mention that. That's the major part of Long Halloween, is that Joker is not a very big part of Long Halloween. That was the one major change Nolan made. But Long Halloween in the, I guess, kind of Batman Origins trilogy is the one that's about the downfall of Harvey Dent and the transfer from the mob to the costumed supervillains, Batman really coming into his own. It's probably my favorite Batman storyline I've ever read, yeah.
Nice.
It stays grounded, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's ashamed of its roots. It doesn't feel like it's ashamed to be a comic book, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it has Solomon Grundy in there. And you can tell it's comic booky when Grundy shows up. It's also got some pretty solid art. It's very simplistic, but it's the kind of simplistic stuff I'd like. But, I'm curious to see what they do with an animated adaptation, at least partially because, I think it would be curious to see a movie adaptation of the story that Dark Knight was largely adapted from. So,
right.
Yeah. Are all the DC animated stuff, are they all supposed to fit into one canon? All the animated movies?
I believe so. For the most part. I'm not sure about the Suicide Squad movies. I watched a decent chunk of the Justice League movies that they made and stopped at some point. I don't remember which the last one I saw was. It was probably the Justice League versus Teen Titans. That's where I stopped. I didn't watch that one, but all the prior ones I'm pretty sure I did see.
Yeah, I kind of wondered if they're all supposed to be in the same canon, because doesn't Rosario Dawson voice Wonder Woman in all of them?
Yes.
Yeah, maintaining one actor usually implies that to a certain degree.
Yeah. It's like all the Justice League films were connected, and obviously the Teen Titans films would be connected as well. I'm not sure about Suicide Squad, and I don't know if they've released anything else.
One of the Suicide Squad movies is supposed to fit into the Arkham canon instead.
All right.
Because I think Arkham Origins legitimately, like, the post-credit scene for Arkham Origins was just setting up the movie and being like, hey, go buy this fucking animated movie, losers. And it was kind of lame because it had Arkham's Amanda Waller in it, and they killed her off before she ever got to be in any of the games. Yeah.
What a shame.
Amanda Waller's got to be one of the most mistreated characters DC's got right now. She cannot catch a break.
No. She's the reverse Nick Fury, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, when you think about it, you're kind of right. Because, I mean, even going into morality, like, Nick in the movies is a fucking saint. Where in the comics, oh boy, was he not. Meanwhile, Amanda Waller in the comics, like, she always had good justification for what she was doing. And in the movies, she's just a fucking monster.
Yep.
Oh, man, that is just, one of DC's best characters, I'd say, and they've fumbled her so hard so many times. So, Addie, you enjoy trash, yes?
Depends on the kind of trash.
Do you enjoy early 2000s, late 90s musicians trying to make video game consoles level trash?
Soulja Boy up in this hole. Watch me steal shit, watch me go.
So we haven't talked about Soulja Boy fucking Soulja Boy. I can't even get over the fact that I'm mentioning his name in the year 2019. We didn't talk about it when it was first announced because it's the kind of trash that even I got standards above. But we've ran out of topics here, so we're forced to stoop this low. But
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have standards, I don't.
So Soulja Boy has been trying to come out with his own retro console.
And by retro console, we mean rebranded Chinese knockoffs.
And this is the first time I've actually looked at it, because I heard that they are in trouble for, like, ripping off Nintendo in some way. I am looking at the fucking picture right in front of me. I see on the front of the fucking box the symbols for PlayStation, the triangle, the X, the square, the circle.
Right.
And then I see on the little manual, I see fucking Mario.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Well, I think it's most of these, not all of them, but well, I only remember what I saw about the console, not the Soulja Boy or the Soulja game handheld, because those were his handheld consoles. Just the Soulja game, the normal ass console, and that had a library of NES up to, I want to say, like PS1 era games. Now, never mind the fact that there were only one PS1 game, or there was only one PS1 game, but you know, technically it still reached that point.
Oh man, was it a really bad PS1 one? Because I hope it was.
It was soccer.
I was about to say, please God, let it be Bubsy.
I wish. But yeah, so it had a soccer game on it. It had I think it had like Tekken Advanced or something like that. That are like complete another shite because it has some 3D in it.
Right, from the era where every video game franchise decided to put a really shitty 2D version of itself on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
How fucking large were the fucking libraries of the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance? Because there was some real shit that came out for those platforms.
Yeah, and there was also Hentaro.
The library of good games was probably quite small.
And most of
them were
Pokemon.
Library in general, probably quite large.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like the thing that saves the Game Boy Advance library is, as I've said, the Hamtaro games, because it allows you to be a hamster and go and piss on other hamsters and they react.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like something I need to play. How have I never heard of this before?
Those games are really stupid. You'd probably like them because it has cutesy graphics. But yeah, so with the Soulja game, any of them, yeah, so it had a lot of ROMs, of course. It also had, from what I remember, it might have also had ROM hacks, but I'm not quite sure of that. But basically, a lot of games were in Chinese, even with the ones you got from Soulja Boy. So
Oh,
I
gee,
was not aware of Soulja Boy's Chinese roots.
Soulja Boy is 1/15 Chinese.
I knew it!
clearly this entitles him to a share of the Chinese piracy game.
But yeah, so basically with these, it was just basically they give you a clone console that reads SD cards. They give you an SD card with games on it, and then you insert the SD card into the console and then play Nintendo games really shittily because it's not well emulated.
Yeah.
Like it had Neo Geo games as well, and those ran like complete another art from what I remember.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I,
so
I
like
can't
you had your-
exactly
you had
see
your-
the fucking cover of this manual, but is that not Terry Bogard on the front?
Let me check. It is open link.
I can't exactly see. It's the blurriest little image. I know for sure I see Mario, but on his right, I can't tell who.
So
There's a blur
yeah,
that
on
looks
the-
vaguely like Third Strike Chunners, but that's it.
So on the manual, from what I can tell, it's Mario to the right of him. Actually, I think it might be Bill Reiser from Contra, of all things.
Of course.
Yeah. Under that, it seems like some freaking like SF4 or SF Cross Tekken art of like Jin Kazama.
Oh,
I don't
that's
freaking
even
know.
better when it's art taken from a game that's not in it.
And then under that, like the smallest little blob is a freaking amalgamation of characters that I can't freaking make out. It's just characters with dead soulless eyes, and by dead soulless eyes I mean black freaking circles.
We need to make this trashier. Can they make this trashier? Can they throw Shrek and Lightning McQueen and a Power Ranger on there too for good measure?
Be careful what you wish for.
No, I know about the what was it, the
Sense of Right
the
Alliance.
Sense of Right Alliance, right? Oh god.
We need more freaking DC and Marvel need to team up. Or their overlords need to team up so we can get this movie.
Hey, at this
Seriously.
rate, man.
Do we wanna put up a timestamp, or do we not want to?
We'll let the people's imagination frolic.
All right. So Pink, here's a Sense of Right Alliance.
Also, the Sense of Right Alliance meme has been around for God knows how long. I love that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are on the fucking art too, but they aren't actually in there.
Yeah. they're just Shrek's other forms. It also has Mr. Incredible, from what I can tell.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's like Magneto, isn't it?
Not
I
that.
need to... No, that's Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man.
Yeah, they got good and evil Spider-Man, even though you only get good Spider-Man. Also, my phone just notified me that you posted that.
Ah,
My phone doesn't notify me about anything fucking else nobody posts on Discord, but that one, they're like, hey, look at this.
This is super important, Alex. Come
You need
check
to-
it out.
you need to be aware of the Sense of Right Alliance. But yeah, so with the Soulja game. Yeah, so basically, Nintendo sent him a cease and desist because, well, of course,
They send
Why
Let's
wouldn't
Players
they?
cease and desists. Why did he think he would get away with this?
I don't know. He was like Soulja Boy when we sorted this out. He was like, "I'm just a boy with a dream." Genuinely.
I'm just a
So-
40-year-old boy with a dream.
Yeah,
Probably
and so
older.
so they sent him a cease and desist, and he was like, "F Nintendo." But then he pulled it like quietly.
Because they were
so
going to
now-
sue his fucking ass off.
Yeah, so now he just sells like watches and earbuds.
Oh man.
I'd ask how much do you think he sold of those consoles, but then people are dumb and he probably sold a lot anyway just because he was selling them and they're bootlegs.
So here's the thing, Ping. So the Soulja game, handheld, here was, I believe, $200. The one we have a picture of. The new version, the Soulja Boy, that costs I think 250. And the Soulja game, the normal one, the actual console, that costs like $400, I think.
Oh my god.
And the thing is, you can find all of these on Amazon for like one-fourth the price. So
You can probably find a Game Boy Color at your local yard sale for less than that.
I feel like in amongst the late '90s, early 2000s musicians, it's like Soulja Boy saw the whole fucking thing with one of which member of the ICP was it that went up and drop kicked Fred Durst on stage during a performance?
Oh, I have no idea.
I can't remember the fucking. I can only remember.
oh shit! This made me remember something. So
It's like Soulja Boy looked at that and he was like, I can be tackier. I can be trashier. Watch.
speaking of the ICP, did you know that Violent J has a furry daughter? I think.
Yes, I did know that, and that he also I don't think he's a furry, but he goes with her.
Yeah.
But it's not a sex thing. They're one of the cases where it's not a sex thing.
Yeah, like this is the one time when I don't judge him for being a furry, because at least, well, he's not a furry. He just supports his daughter.
I'd rather him be a furry than an Insane Cloud Posse member.
Why not both?
That's what he said.
Well, that's what he is now.
Well, I guess he isn't. I guess his daughter is, and he's just supporting his daughter.
Yeah.
I guess he's a good father who also supports gang violence.
He supports gang violence and zoophilia.
Oh god. But gang violence against the animals, ooh.
It depends on the ratio of zoophilia to gang violence.
Oh man, I don't want to see this, but I do. I want the absurdity of this headline, but I don't actually want to hear about it happening because it'd be horrible. But I'd like to see the absurdity of a headline of like a bunch of fucking juggalos jumping the fence at a zoo or something and trying to fight a gorilla or something.
Yeah.
And the gorilla just kicks their asses. So he starts doing Smash Brothers Donkey Kong combos on them.
Right.
The freaking the gorilla pulls out a pair of congos out of its ass.
They took away his bongos move.
They did.
I was sad about that. I feel like they were trying to consolidate with Smash. They were trying to give everyone a cut scene. I called it a cunt scene. Damn
Smash is now R-rated.
You had to censor that? I don't know if it counts if it was a slip of the tongue and you weren't even trying to say that.
Is a slip of the tongue not what you want in that case? Pink.
What was that?
Is a slip of the tongue not what you want in that case?
So they're trying to give it. I think they're trying to give everyone cutscene supers for balance purposes.
Yeah.
And because
they were trying to streamline all the smashes.
Yeah, but we lost some unique supers. Like DDDs, I understand why they got rid of DDDs because it was not great. But Donkey Kong's was fun. I was terrible with it because I don't play the bongos. But it was fun that Donkey Kong had a unique super where you had to actually play along to the song to do it well.
Yeah. I don't think they changed Rosalina's, and I thought hers was very similar to DK's, just that it didn't require your rhythm. It just activates by itself.
Yeah, it's along the same lines. I think
Go ahead.
I think they're just trying to make Donkey Kong probably more viable for competitive players.
Yeah.
Which I think that kills Sakurai a little bit inside every time he has to make a concession to the competitive players.
It does. It truly does.
Because every fucking interview, he still hates the competitive crowd and is very vocal about it.
Right.
But somebody fucking, I don't know if they had to call in fucking, I don't know if Nintendo just fucking brought in a gun.
Miyamoto snuck in, and he changed the code behind Sakurai's back.
What I was going to say was Miyamoto just forced him at gunpoint to do it. No one at Nintendo protects Miyamoto nowadays. They probably just sent Miyamoto's bodyguards.
who are just the people Koopas from the Super Mario movie.
You mean Dennis Hopper?
Yeah, I think
Dennis Hopper's corpse gets out of the grave to force Sakurai to make the game more competitive. So
yeah, when I'll freaking go move there, we'll need to come together so we can have a Donkey Kong attorney.
Oh god. So there's your shit news topics for the day, folks. Addy, what are you throwing up on the channel this coming week?
Which one?
Let's go with your own channel.
My channel. I shot. Well, there's Slime Rancher that I still have to edit. So there's that for the gameplay channels. There's also Kingdom True Crowns that I shot just today, that I'm still gonna need to edit. There's Sniper Elite 4 that I shot a couple of days ago, that needs to be uploaded. So that's all the gameplay channel. For the review channel, I still need to decide on a game. But once I've actually decided on a game, I can probably finish a review in a day. So
Yeah.
that's. We'll hope that something comes out on the main channel. And then for the forums channel, we still have a couple recordings of Sengoku Basara left that I had a thing over, and then I suppose there's also also a one-off come in, and Fallout is back. So with the Fallout thing, Pink and I will probably come back to this topic because some shit went down in that recording session.
Oh yeah.
Holy hell did it freaking go down in that session.
Fallout was truly back with a vengeance.
Oh boy. Don't say that. Especially considering the fucking nukes stopped working in 76. Did you hear the rumor going around that it's because they didn't set it up properly for 2019? So that when the fucking clocks passed over, the fucking calendars passed over to 2019, the nukes just stopped working?
That'd be funny.
They passed their best before date.
Oh my god. How do you actually Y2K it? How do you Y2K that shit? I don't understand.
Only Bethesda.
Yep. My god, are they a mess. Yeah, so, and then on the channel, we're also going to have some more episodes of Scribblenauts Unmasked. I believe Pink and myself are nearing the end of that game. We'll be putting up more Sengoku Basara, yeah, and we're probably going to put up a one-shot this week. Probably Street Fighter V. I know I said I would do it last week, but this couple past weeks have been hectic with Christmas. Oh, and also my schoolwork starts this week, so things are only going to get crazier from here for me.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, joy. I have been trying to get work on streaming Total Warhammer, but I wouldn't expect anything particularly now that schoolwork's getting started. All right.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Oh, my God. Hey, Pink. What you been playing or watching or doing or whatever the fuck for the last week?
What have I been playing? I know I did something. Oh, Celeste, that new Xbox Gold freebie that came out for January.
I thought it was just Celeste.
I call it Celeste.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure it's just Celeste, but I say Celeste for the funsies.
For Pink, there are no silent letters. It's a good thing we haven't talked about Thor yet, because he'd be calling the hammer Mjolnir.
Freaking Don't his Fedora, Mjolnir.
Oh.
Mjolnir! Come hither!
The power of Mjolnir.
I think that's how you spell it. I'm not quite sure anymore. But yeah, Celeste, it's this weird little platformer thing, a lot like Super Meat Boy, I think it was.
Yeah.
Is it?
But
It's about.
yeah, go ahead.
It's about climbing a mountain, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the chick's got mental issues, so presumably the mountain is symbolic.
I don't know. So I've played maybe about 20 minutes of it, and I'm probably not going to touch it again because I find it to be rather boring. It's got the strange hard difficulty of those modern platformers, and you get the Mega Man death explosions when you follow your death, so that's pretty cool. But it's like I'm not a fan of the direction they took with the game because there's like no basic levels. Like, Super Mario World, you have World 1, Stage 1. This game is kind of, you start off in the tutorial, then you go to the main mode, and then you're climbing a mountain for 15 minutes, and then you just sort of save and quit wherever you want. So there's no clear-cut direction, and they don't properly reward me in the way I would like them to. So I have no incentive to play it.
This sounds like an art game.
Yeah, I got into a similar issue with it because I was like, well, it's an indie game. Maybe I can do a one shot on it. So I recorded 20 minutes of it, got stuck on a screen because there was a jump that was literally impossible to do, like by the unless there's some freaking secret Discord tech or some shit that I don't know about.
I'm sure there is.
But just for somebody who just jumps into the game, it was basically impossible to do. So I gave up there and then decided to not play the game ever again because
hey, you're back.
What do you mean?
My thing cut out.
Okay. I was like, wait, we left?
But yeah, so basically in those 24 minutes that I actually played the game, all I got was a piece of music. That's it. So as being said, no real reward. And for the thing is, for the piece of music, I had to go through freaking Mega Man jumps, like those jumps that alternate. My favorite freaking things. But yeah, so
the platforms that disappear and reappear. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, yeah. So I did those. I got the freaking piece of music, and then I went back to the screen that freaking I got stuck on, where there was, as I've said, there was a jump where you needed to jump over this spiky wall kind of thing, but the wall was so wide that even if you jumped over it, you still jumped into spikes. So that was fun.
Right. It's a very difficult game, and it's fun to figure out the jumps and whatnot, but it's just there's no reward, there's no clear-cut direction you're given, so you're just kind of scaling the mountain for what feels like no reason. And that's where it really grinds on you because it's like there's no end to the level, so you're not really feeling like you're making much progress. And you can basically go in any direction you like. I'm pretty sure I went in a circle once. So it just wasn't good for me.
So there's no like upgrades or anything in this game, right? This is a game where you go forward only for the story.
Yeah,
if there is a story.
Yeah, there were no upgrades as far as I could tell.
I did watch a review actually, so I know there is a story. I very much know there is a story.
I don't believe you.
But so yeah, it sounds like an art game, definitely. Which, I mean, we're not exactly lacking for art platform. I would say we're not exactly lacking for art platformers, but at the same time, the last time I can remember really hearing of one is Fez, right?
Yeah.
It feels like art indie games are just kind of a genre that is perpetual now. Definitely, they aren't as special as they were back when Rust and Bastion started. Or not Rust, Fez. God,
Rust. The
Yeah,
best
that
art
art
in the
game
game.
where you get fucking humped to death by naked people with machine guns. Oh, look out, it's a zombie bear. It's so beautiful.
What does the penis flopping about mean about life in this
S-
video game?
sexuality goes back and forth. And up and down and up and down and up and down.
And then it shoots you with a machine gun.
Ah, yes. It's something about women's liberation. You know what? Let's move on. So you weren't big on Celeste. What else did you get to try this week, Pink?
Pinto speaking, yeah.
Let's see. I feel like I did play something else, but I can't recall right now. I did go to the theater the other day with my little sister, my sister, and we saw Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay,
That
how
was
good is
my
it?
first time seeing it, her second. So she seemed to really enjoy it. I thought it was very good on my first viewing. My opinion might change like years down the line when I go and rewatch it again, because it was a very good movie and probably capable of making me feel that it was a great movie, but it might not actually be a great movie. I'm very cynical with my own emotions right now.
You're very
'Cause-
snickle.
Cynical.
Cynical. Okay, I heard snickle. It sounded like you're going for fickle, but
So Pink is really Snickers with his emotions.
Not sponsored by Snickers.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
So
But yeah, go ahead.
I'm curious. I'm curious because it seems like this is a good year for Miles Morales because he got two things. Because he's also supposed to be a big part of the PS4 Spider-Man game. Yeah.
Right, he's supposed to be a supporting character, I think.
I say to the two people that don't own it, I need to finish that game, God. But yeah, this is supposed to be a good year for Miles Morales. I also hear it's a good year for Kingpin, right? Because is Kingpin the villain of that?
Yes.
It's a real good year for Kingpin then. Shit. He got to
Yeah.
be the villain of that. He got to be the villain of Kingpin, Daredevil Season 3. He got to be one of the
Right.
main villains of PS4 Spider-Man. Jesus.
Right.
Kingpin's
It
in
would
the
have been a
money.
much better year had he not been canceled, but
Well, I mean, at least
Hey.
he got to be the last one.
yeah.
least he went out
Last man standing.
Yeah. Well, it's probably going to be Jessica Jones is the last woman standing, but you know.
Yeah. They still have yet to cancel Punisher as well, so
Yeah, but they will after the season premieres this.
after the season's over.
Yeah, it'll premiere like later this month, and then we'll hear that it's canceled.
Right. It starts sometime in January.
It
Might be next week even.
Yeah, it's 15th or 25th or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Once Daredevil goes on the chopping block, you know everybody else is fucked.
Yeah. January release for the Punisher and a February cancellation for the Punisher.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go that far. I'd say a mid-January release for Punisher, late January cancellation.
And they don't release the remaining episodes. They're locked into Disney's vault forever.
On Netflix, they just released the entire season in one go. I think Hulu on occasion does it where they'll release one episode a week, but even that I think they've stopped because Runaways Season 1, they released them sequentially, but Runaways Season 2, they just released all in one go.
Right. It's like everybody nowadays just wants to release their seasons in one go because binge watching is a new sensation of America, so
Yeah.
you gotta give the people what they want.
Can't expect people to ration their time healthily.
I am sitting here having not binge watched any shows and still having multiple shows I need to finish.
Yeah,
Maybe these binge watching Americans actually know something that I don't.
I don't think they do. I'm not a fan of TV shows just because I think, at least partially, they're more inclined to spend more time padding. But that's just part of it, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's one thing for a video game fan to bitch about padding, isn't it? But
So yeah, good year for Miles Morales. I thought the movie was pretty great. Made me feel a lot of emotions, especially because Ditko and Lee passed away the same year this movie was released. So you'll probably get hit pretty hard in the theater. Otherwise, maybe not.
I don't think I'm going to be seeing this one in the theater.
Yeah. I thought they did great with most of the characters. I'm still not fond of Spider-Gwen.
Now, I saw a picture of Peter, and it looks like Peter's considerably older in this movie.
Yeah, he's probably late 30s in this movie.
Interesting, because like the oldest they ever handled Peter is like late 20s.
Right.
Huh. I guess that makes sense to contrast with Miles, because the problem with Peter and Miles is they're pretty much the same guy. So.
Yep. Yeah. So they kind of had to do it to make everyone contrast well enough. Because this older Peter Parker clearly knows what he's doing. Miles has no idea what he's in for, so it's a good balance.
Oh man. You know, the best Miles Morales Peter moment I can think of is the bit from the back when the idea of a Marvel Ultimate, a crossover between 616 and the Ultimate Universe was novel back in the day.
And back when the Ultimate Universe existed.
Yeah. And we got the first Peter and Miles crossover. And when it ends, Peter tells Miles, if anyone says anything about clones, fucking run. Go in the other direction. Leave town. Get out of New York. Go far, far away. Is there a whole lot of send-ups to the comics in that regard? Because I feel like there'd have to be, you know?
There are a lot. It is a very comic book movie. A lot of homages. A lot of references. Very well done in most every regard. So I was very happy I went and saw it.
How was Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir?
He's not in it all that much, but I do think he was very entertaining, which is crazy for Nicolas Cage, who I don't think I've ever found entertaining.
It's crazy to me that we have a movie where Nicolas Cage plays Spider-Man. It's crazy to me that Addy isn't joining in on this. He seems like he'd be loving every moment of this. Because, well, Nicolas Cage is just one of those awful actors that you'd really enjoy for how awful he is. You know who Nicolas Cage is, right, Addy?
Yeah, I know who Nicolas Cage is. I saw Ghost Rider, yeah.
Have you not seen Face Off?
No, I only saw a review of Face Off.
Oh, Face Off is Nicolas Cage at his worst best.
Yeah, no, I only saw freaking Ghost Rider, and I actually think that might be it. I don't think I actually saw any other Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah.
In its entirety. I only saw like memes.
There aren't really very many good ones. In fact, I'd say there's only probably two movies.
Of there's only any Nicolas Cage movies I've seen outside of Ghost Rider, and I think the National Treasure movies are the ones I've seen.
Oh right, I think I might have seen bits and pieces of those as well. I don't remember.
I can only think of two Nicolas Cage movies that people enjoy unironically.
The Wicker Man. And...
Look, there's no part of Nicolas Cage dressing up in a bear costume and then going and punching a witch that isn't amazing. And then the bees, which aren't even in the movie. They're from a deleted scene, too, which is great. That's got to be one of the oldest memes of the internet, isn't it? The fucking bees.
No, it's actually not. I wouldn't say that it's that. I mean, it is one of the first ones I'd say, but it's like I think it was after Rage Faces, wouldn't it be? I don't remember.
It would have been the same time because half of the Rage Faces would have been Nicolas Cage, anyways.
Well, yeah,
it would have been after Sean Connery, You're the Man Now, Dog, but it would have been. It's not that old, but it's pretty old.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the one Nicolas Cage I think it was Nick Cage. The Are You Serious or whatever Rage Face was him, I think.
Yes, yes, I remember that one. Or wasn't it? Oh, really? I thought that was what they always labeled it
It
as.
might have been O'Reilly. I don't remember.
Pretty sure it was Oh Really.
The one O'Reilly that I really remember is the one with the owl, but
Yeah,
I like owls, so I have a bias.
yeah. I don't think any of us are experts on this field, nor do we really want to be. I I gotta.
What do you not want to doctorate in mimetics?
So, Pink. Another thing I want to mention. I saw somebody. I saw there's like a talk about worst Spider-Man villain, and the top one that everybody said was easily the Inheritors, right?
Yeah.
And I saw somebody mention since Spider-Verse has been so successful, you know Sony's gonna make a sequel with the Inheritors as the villains. And I just thought, fuck, they are so right. That would be
Oh no.
that would be the absolute worst. And
Yep.
it's got to happen because it's Sony. They don't know any fucking better. They want their cosmic villains, and they can't have Thanos or Galactus, so they're gonna bring in the fucking Inheritors.
Right.
Man, fuck the Inheritors.
Or there's the people who summon freaking man spider or whatever the hell, Spider's man.
No,
Spider's man.
it's the vampire. It's the like space time vampires that need to feed on animal spirits, and supposedly Spider-Man, the Spider-Men are all representations of the spider spirit. And it's basically a whole thing of saying that spiders are the natural prey of vampires, because that makes sense.
So
When you think of like
what about the chicken cow?
when you think of the food chain of nature, it's like, oh well, what do vampires eat? Spiders, obviously.
Yes.
They eat anime boob girls. As shown by Castlevania.
Oh god. Right. Oh man. Okay. So let's move away from the Inheritors. Pink, is there anything else you did this past week that didn't have anything to do with the Inheritors?
That
He ate the
didn't have
souls of
anything to do with
spiders.
them. Let's hope so. I don't think I played or watched anything else. I did spend a lot of time just doodling with my new Wacom tablet, so that was fun.
What'd you doodle?
What did I doodle? That is an excellent question.
Noodles.
Oh, I had to open up what my little thing here to see what I was doing. I was inking some old artwork. It's just the Watchtower stuff. So I probably won't be posting that stuff because I'm just breaking in my lost Photoshop skills because I've not used any digital editing stuff in years. But yeah, I got a Wacom tablet for Christmas this year, and so now I'm breaking that in.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We can have channel art now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Addie says you got a new gift. Time to put you to work. Into the coal mines with you, boy.
No, we just put Pink in the freaking
The Bitcoin mines.
no
The Bitcoin ones.
the like what was it, the bloody the Wheel of War, whatever the hell it was in Conan.
Oh right. You gotta break the spirit first. Don't worry, Pink. I'll bring you plenty of human meat. It'll be clean.
The purest of human meat.
All right. So, Addie, what have you been up to in the last week?
Right. So, as I said, I played Celeste. Quit that immediately. I played Kingdom 2 Crowns. So,
What's that?
Kingdom 2 Crowns is this indie game but it's actually a sequel. It's the third in a trilogy, I want to say, of games where you control the ruler of a land and you need to make the land. So you spawn in the wilderness, more or less,
Is it a
with you
building
get
game, a strategy game, or a city builder? Are we talking Minecraft, or are we talking SimCity, or are we talking like StarCraft?
none of those.
Oh, interesting. Explain.
So you start off with a couple of bits of coin, and you have to pay for the city hall to be built first. And then you can hire people for 1 coin each, and those people will work for you. Then you need to build, armories and shit like that. And you build them not by actually choosing where to put them, but by going to the place where they are highlighted that they can be built, and you just put the money into it. And basically, it's a money management game where you manage the amount of money that you have in your purse with the amount of people who live in the city who you get by going to smaller villages and then paying villagers to move into the town that you made. And
Paying
then you
them to
need,
move into your town.
yeah, you give them money so they aren't filthy peasants.
Okay. Now, what platform is this on?
Xbox One, PlayStation 4, freaking Steam probably.
Is it on Game Pass?
Yes,
Okay, I need to look into
it has
this.
multiplayer.
Oh, okay. We might want to look into this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I've played a bit. It has a freaking Shogun DLC. So if we play, you know what we play.
Oh God.
But yeah, so I've been having fun with it. Every night you get attacked by like small freaking imps, and if an imp, like either you or your city, depending on where you're located. If you're in the city, then the city gets attacked by imps, and this is why you need archers. And yeah, that's basically all you need to defend the city so far. But basically, the more time goes on, the more you're supposed to build your defenses to be better, because the harder enemies will come. And so it's just basically surviving and making it so you actually get a kingdom of your own. Now there is a way to lose, or where there was a way to lose, not in the new one there isn't, I don't think, but it does set you back a bit. So what happens is, if an imp hits you, then your crown falls to the ground and then they can pick it up. So you need to pick it up before them, or they run away, and then that's a game over. So you start over 100 days later, basically.
But the city stays the same, or does it like age a little bit?
It ages 100 days.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, that like in the older games, it was a game over. You had to start over, all like genuinely start over from the beginning. In this one, it just advances time by 100 days and accounts for your absence.
Huh. All right. This sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So I did that. I played a bit of Absolver. Absolver is this indie. Start to notice a pattern. Freaking
Oh!
that,
Is it the game where is it the Souls like where you could make your own custom moveset?
no,
Oh, what one was that?
I don't remember, but I wouldn't play a Souls game. Like, there's Ashen. Maybe that might be it. But
No, I think I'm
like,
thinking of the same game, but I thought it was very Souls like in structure, but no, it is the game you're talking about, but you just disagree. I would say it's Souls like in structure. You'd probably disagree with me.
I don't know, because the game I played was a detective game on
Oh,
FPS.
what? I've never heard of this. Hang on, I know for sure
It's
Absolver
in
is.
Game Pass. Let me let me check if I'm thinking of the right game
No,
in
you
Game
aren't. You are definitely not
Pass.
thinking
Okay.
of the right game because I was right with Absolver.
All right, then give me a second. Observer. That's the
Observer.
name.
Okay. Okay, I think I might have seen that in passing, but I've not played it. What's it like?
So it's a cyberpunk detective game where you need to. Well, I didn't play a lot of it because I just lost interest really.
Yeah.
But basically, it's kind of a well, it's a detective game. So you have your detective modes. The thing is, the game has like 4 different detective modes. So like, imagine freaking the Sherlock Holmes games where you have Eagle Vision, and Eagle Vision just shows the things that are of interest. In this game, you have your your natural eagle vision, you have your technological eagle vision, you have your X-ray vision, and then you have your normal vision.
Huh.
But it's not really X-ray vision. It's infrared, even infrared or something like that, so you can see in the dark.
So it's like
But
the
yeah,
detective sections from Batman, probably then?
yeah, probably. I don't remember. I actually did play one of the Arkham games. I think it was City, but I don't remember the detective parts.
They're not too memorable. It's not really a gameplay setup that's very good.
But yeah, so
Can I
where
just say I
yeah.
think the cyberpunk setting is a little overrated. Everybody loses their
I don't
mind over it.
disagree.
I don't get it.
I don't disagree, but then I prefer steampunk anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, I fall on that part of the spectrum. Yeah, the autistic spectrum. Anyway, so we have in this game,
You said autistic, but it sounded like you said artistic, and that
it fits.
it fits. It fits. That's the thing. Uh,
So yeah, the part where I got stumped with this game is that it wanted me to search the environment around the crime scene, and because everyone in this because you work for the government, everybody hates you because this is a dystopia. So I couldn't actually progress because I couldn't freaking figure out what to do. So I was like, I don't have time for this. I'll come back to it sometime, and then I deleted it, and so it's waiting for me to go back to it. But yes, what small part did play, it did seem at least some bit interesting in that. But it's a detective game, and I like detective games, so that. And then what else? Actually, I'll check out the freaking list of Game Pass games because 90% of them will probably come from that. Uh, I played freaking. Hmm. Oh right. Oh yeah. I actually think I talked about this with you already, but I did try to record The Force Unleashed. That got torched a bit because freaking Disney. But yeah, yeah. So the audience knows what happened is that I wanted to record The Force Unleashed, and then Star Wars music happened. So it didn't happen after all. Because like I knew that the game had Star Wars like music, but then I was like, this is just the Imperial March. I'm gonna get freaking assaulted by a mouse.
oh, he's gonna do more than assault you. He's gonna fucking mug your ass.
Yeah. Oh right. I also went back to playing Tekken 7.
Oh, have they changed much with the new season?
Yeah, there's a new menu, so
Oh,
that that
that's
I could notice immediately.
that's kind of good because I wasn't fond of the old menu.
So there's that. There were balance changes, but I don't know what balance changes exactly because they didn't outline it in the quick update thing that they had. So some things probably changed. The one thing that I noticed is that since I've picked up freaking Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I can play Akuma better. Because I can actually juggle people in Tekken with Akuma now.
The cocaine speed of Marvel vs. Capcom has made you stronger.
Yeah. So that and what else is new? They had added in the story costumes for the characters who were in the story and had different costumes from their defaults.
Yes, I believe that happened recently enough that I saw it because they finally gave Nina her cat suit, right?
Yeah.
Right. I
And
was
then you also have all of the DLC characters that I don't own yet.
right,
Like
right.
at this point, I'll probably just buy the Ultimate Edition for PS4 because
I don't know.
because like
I wouldn't.
yeah
Tekken's one of those rare cases where I wouldn't really consider it worth it in most cases. I'd almost want to pick up Negan just for the goofiness of having Negan, and I love Geese. But at the same time, Tekken 7 is not a game I'm wholly invested in right now. I spent more time with Tekken 7 before the DLC came out.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat, but then a lot of the reasons why I don't play Tekken 7 all that much now is just that I don't have people to play with, and I don't want to play with randos because I'm me. So
Most
yeah.
of the randos, let me assure you, play Paul Phoenix.
Ah, great. Yeah. Oh, right. In Christmas time, I actually forgot about this. That we had a family-wide Tekken tourney. Guess who freaking won?
Your gamma.
That
Yeah, my grandma was dad to win it.
what I was going to
But
say
yeah,
was somebody that you didn't even know.
no, there
Someone
was
who
a guy
wasn't
that I
even a
didn't.
member of the family. They just showed up because they heard there was a Tekken tournament.
No,
Like, what the fuck?
actually, you joke, but something kind of similar sort of happened since one of my sister's friends, or well, I think it was one of her like old classmates, came over because he owed her beers. So he got roped into it because apparently he used to play Tekken sometime. So he beat my family members, and then they were like, okay, then go up against Eddie. And so we went toe to toe. I went with somebody I couldn't even use, and then I beat his ass. So they
I'm getting the mental image now of Addy being the guy they fucking call in, like, call in the Addy. Like the fucking
I get summoned like Takanatsu Honda in that one cutscene.
yeah.
Like, I fly in from the skies.
Uh,
Addie's final boss.
Yeah, like my sister got really pissed at me because she was like, use the gay boy, and the gay boy is Lee. So
oh my god.
yeah, so
The
because I
gay
used to play.
boy. I
Yeah,
can't get over that.
because she mains Anna, and she was like, we used to fight a lot like this. So go with the gay boy.
Wait,
And she,
your big sister or your little sister?
I have two big sisters, so
Oh,
my smaller sister.
oh man.
Yeah. So she was like, go with the gay boy, and I was like, okay. She didn't know that you know, kind of got better with him since I played against people. I played against people at a point in my life. So then I started juggling her, and then she just threw the controller down. That was fun. Yeah. And then what else did I freaking play? Oh right, Sniper Elite 4. Sniper Elite 4 is really freaking good. Not for the bloody like what was it, $60 that they still want to take for it. I actually don't know where it was released. It might still be worth it for that. But yeah. I've had so far I've had a lot of fun with it because well, being the edgy asshole I am, of course I like sniping. And since I like sniping, I actually kind of like how it's realistic in this game, even if I suck at it.
Is this one of the ones that lets you snipe Hitler in the balls?
I think Hitler might be DLC, but I'm not sure.
Because I know
But
2
yeah,
had Hitler as DLC and you could snipe him in the balls.
yeah, I know that Hitler. Well, shooting Hitler in the balls is a big thing with this series, I guess. Then, but I can
I think it's been the
check with
primary
you.
selling point in half the fucking games. Because, I mean, like, Pink, what's the major thing you know about Sniper Elite? Nothing, okay. Fair enough. But that's definitely the first thing I heard about Sniper Elite was, hey, look at this game. You can snipe Hitler in the ball. I should clarify. We've been saying balls this entire time, but they're
There's only the one ball, yeah.
yeah, which and of course I don't know if that's actually the truth because every fucking tyrant in history has had a rumor spread about him that he only had one ball. I don't remember if Hitler actually was one of the ones that was true or not because I feel like it was definitely spread about both Hitler and Napoleon. I think in Napoleon's case it was false. I think Napoleon probably had both.
Yeah,
But Hitler,
Napoleon probably had both.
I,
I just checked.
you checked Hitler's
Shooting Hitler in the
balls?
ball. No, yeah, I checked Hitler's balls. There's only one. Yeah, so I checked and Hitler is DLC for this game. He was pre-order DLC, but they also made it so you can buy him for like under $10.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that, again, I think that's one of the primary selling points of the game. You got to do it.
Especially if it's a pre-order bonus.
Yeah. You got to
Yeah,
have
so-
Hitler's balls in the game. You can't leave them out.
So far I've done 3 levels in this game, and let me just say the levels alone, not whatever it is, take freaking 2 centuries to do. They're ridiculously long.
Now,
At least when I try to stealth it.
what I remember about the Sniper Elite series was that I felt the stealth was kind of poor. Have they improved on it a whole bunch?
Well, I haven't played any of the other ones, but I'd say that the stealth is alright. Well, I don't know. Do you consider super shots being overpowered a bad thing about stealth?
Not necessarily. No, I'm coming from Metal Gear, Addy.
Because on
Yes.
normal,
Metal
'cause
Gear will teach you very quickly that there are ways to make suppressed shots not OP. Did you run into any of the armored enemies in that game, Addy? In Metal Gear?
No, not yet.
Yeah, because suppressed shots stop being useful real quick with those guys.
But yeah, so with this game, the thing is, you can even like it has realistic as a difficulty, but then it has others where basically it's just like realistic, super realistic, ultra realistic. And so I actually gave ultra realistic a shot, and the thing is, by that point, you actually do need to freaking know some shit about sniping, which
They account.
yeah.
Didn't they go so far as like not only does it account for the wind and gravity, but it also accounts for the curvature of the Earth?
I think I think it might be a thing because you do need to adjust for the distance.
Because you absolutely need to adjust for all that shit. I know that.
Yeah. So, like, or even on normal, if you do a shot, like if you're in a watchtower or whatever the hell, whatever, if you're in a sniping position far away from everyone, and then you do a shot, you get someone, people will still know where you are because it's loud as shit, and they will know it immediately where you are, or normal. So, yeah, the game has pretty interesting stat mechanics in that while there's no actual real stat mechanics, it's just hiding under cover and crouching near cover. But I'd say it's enough for what it wants to do, since you're not really supposed to stealthily gun down people who are like 5 meters from you. You're
Right, but you
supposed
can't
to-
really snipe somebody who's like right next to you either. And I remember running into lots of cases of that in that game.
What about sniping people who are next to you? Because you got that for me.
I remember in that game running into lots of cases where there are people right fucking next to you, and there's not really much you can do to snipe them.
Yeah. They actually added rocks that you can throw so you can lure people away.
Well, I get that, but when you do snipe, like, there's not any suppressed sniping. There's not any suppressed sniper rifles in the game, right?
There are. Instead of suppressed snipers, well, there is one that is always suppressed, but then with the others that don't have or built-in suppressors, you can buy suppressed ammo, and with suppressed ammo comes a suppressor. So
That makes no sense.
no, it
This is a
wasn't.
quiet bullet.
No,
You
suppressed
won't
ammo,
hear it coming.
suppressed ammo genuinely is a thing because normal ammo would, I think, blow up the suppressor or something like that. Like it just would make things louder
Oh,
if you put normal ammo into a suppressed weapon. So you need to actually use ammo that was made to use with suppressors, so it will be not as loud.
so I assume you
But,
get a limited amount of those, and you can't pick up any throughout the
Yeah,
level.
So you get so limited amount that you actually don't get any at the start. You actually need to buy the option to go into a mission with them, and then you find them there as well.
There's a money system.
There's a level system, and with level you can spend the levels or the points you get with the levels on different pieces of equipment. You can buy other weapons, you can buy medikits. Well, you can buy the option to have 2 medikits and things like this.
Okay, huh? But you do. There's an upgrade system. I didn't know there was even an upgrade system in the first place.
Yeah. You can also you also have like a skill tree system for the character where the ranks you get determine, well, basically how it goes is that there's a level where you can choose like every 5 levels, and then you get 2 options to, like, I don't know, have more overall not health but breed like stamina. You have either overall more stamina or you recover stamina faster. And it's things like this that you get every 5 levels.
Huh? Okay.
So yeah, I actually see some potential in us doing this thing, just if not for anything else, just so that we can do something unrealistic and then actually have one of us be a spotter and the other the sniper, because that's closer to how snipers operate in real life.
I feel like.
If
Are you really good at doing the over distance thing in that game?
not yet, but I'm training.
Yeah, because I was about to say, like, you're gonna have to do most of the work in that front. Yeah, Pink, are you like secretly a pro sniper that can adjust for like gravity and wind and shit, and you've just been hiding it from us?
Probably not.
Here's the thing, actually. Like, if we don't turn aim assist off, which aim assist is not actually aim assist. That's another thing that I liked about the game. You don't have true aim assist. What you do have is when you're sniping and you hold your breath, then the game will tell you approximately where the bullet will drop. So, you can use that, and the more you hold your breath, the closer you get to, the exact place where the bullet will hit. But I'd say that that's pretty good to have on, and with that we could probably do something without me being a pro sniper.
But you'll be a pro sniper anyways, of course, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that there's 3 people co-op, because I know that there's co-op, but I'm not sure about 3 people co-op. Which, I mean, to me it wouldn't make sense to not have 3 people co-op, because, or at least 3 people co-op, since like actual sniper teams are like 50 or are like 11 people who circle between jobs.
Right, but in video games outside of Planet Side, they don't do that kind of thing. Planet Side, they might actually do that.
Yeah, Planet Side will be interesting for us once we actually get to it. But yeah, Sniper Elite. We should freaking play it together because it's bloody fun. And then
Once I figure out a way to get gold going again, absolutely.
actually give me a second to drink because my throat is a freaking desert, and then I'll go with the last thing that I did this week.
Ah, the desert of Addie's throat. A desert that I cannot talk about without leading to an inevitable uncomfortable innuendo.
Something virgin. Yeah. So
Oh, Jesus.
the last game that I played was Fallout New Vegas, which we recorded with Pink. So, the story of how it continues in ways that we wouldn't have expected. So, I don't know if you watched through the other parts, but I tried. From what I remember, when we first started out the series, I tried to not kill everyone. That changed. That changed a lot.
Yep, you got a moment, didn't you?
Yeah, so what happened is, between then and now, is that I stopped giving a shit. And I was like, you know what? I'll just go to the Great Khans. I'll freaking negotiate with my freaking,
Yeah.
whatchamacallit.
With your shotgun?
No, we're a melee character. Howard is a melee character. So I negotiated with Tyrion. Negotiated so hard with a woman that her head kind of became a bloody pulp.
Did you
Yeah.
steal their drugs too?
No, I stole their prisoners though.
Oh, you need if you kill the Great Khans, you need to steal their drug supply, and then sell it back and make all kinds of money.
We have a shit ton of drugs in case we need it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to their drug area yet.
Am I the only person
Yeah,
who
no.
doesn't do drugs in Fallout?
No, I didn't
No,
do that
I-
either.
I might have used like a rage or something once when I was in the why am I blanking on the name? See, the Legion camp?
That'd probably be a place where you'd need it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the only time I can recall ever using the drugs. Most of the time I just sell them.
Yeah, I mostly sold them too because I was scared shitless of the addiction mechanic.
Right.
And then on my last fucking playthrough, where I tried to play as in like an evil cannibal chick, I accidentally did Jet, and found out that when you do Jet, it goes into fucking bullet time. And I was like, holy fuck, this is awesome. I wish I'd have done drugs sooner.
Yeah, Howard is not a cannibal yet. We might make him a cannibal down the line with how things are going. So what happened is
we were able to get that perk in the session we were doing yesterday, and I thought Addy was gonna do it right then and there.
but we needed more damage, so we went with bloody mess instead.
Right.
I'm imagining your character just turning to Boone like, hey, you didn't like these Great Khan guys, right? Okay, so is it cool if I eat them?
So what happened in the last session is the Freeside Massacre. One half
Oh
of it.
yeah, speaking of Boone.
Oh my fucking
Yes, people-
god. I thought you were gonna say you killed a bunch of people that deserved it. Like, the Great Khans aren't monsters, but I'm willing to accept it. Like, yeah, sure, whatever, you killed them. I get it weighed on Boone's conscience, now it's on your end, but Freeside, Jesus Christ. You were going
Yeah,
around
so-
you were going around killing poor people.
Yeah, so what happened in Freeside is you know the mission that the king gives you with Oris. The one where you need to go to the bodyguard and then kill him because he's a scam.
Oh, that, yes.
Yeah, so we killed him. When we tried to kill him, Boone refused to shoot him for whatever reason. We got him to go into the other layer of Freeside, and so we went after him. He fell next to the crier for Mick and Jerry's or whatever, Ben and
Mick
Jerry's.
and Ralph's,
I don't know.
Mick and Ralph's.
Yeah, Mick
Ben
and
and
Ralph's.
Jerry's. Delicious radioactive ice cream.
Yeah.
It comes with free
So-
cancer. Delicious.
So no, it wasn't actually the Mick and Ralph's crier. Unless
No,
they have.
I think it was a Atomic Wrangler crier.
It was the Atomic Wrangler crier. So he fell next to the Atomic Wrangler crier and he nearly killed Howard. So I was like, you know what? I'll take the Tyranian and then I'll beat the shit out of his corpse. Like any well-adjusted person would do. So I go there, I hit his head, and then the game says, crier left leg crippled. And I'm like, what? And then I look up and Boone shot the crier.
Yeah. Somehow
So-
Addy smacked the crier in the leg when he was beating on Oris's corpse. And so the crier took off running. And then Boone, being the sniper that he is, he just took aim and shot her down.
Oh, Jesus
And-
Christ.
And then after this...
And then
after
everyone
this-
died, right?
So what happened after that is that we went back to the king. We told him about the issues that we're having. He was like, "Go to the old Mormon fort and speak with Julie
Speak with the
Farkas."
people that just got beat up and are now coming out of a coma.
Yeah, speak with Julie Farkas, and she'll tell you what to do. So we go into the old Mormon fort. Immediately, hell, just hell.
Oh my god, did the ghoul cowgirl chick fucking open fire on you?
Yes,
Not just-
everybody opened fired.
Everyone.
The doctors?
Once-
Arcade
Yes,
gathered.
them too. Once
Arcade
Addy
ga-
went through the doors, all the NPCs immediately aggroed onto Boone.
On to
So-
Boone. That'd be
Yeah.
funny. I'm imagining like it all goes flying past you and hits Boone, and Boone just fucking explodes. And they're like,
Right.
oh, hi, Howard.
And then no, like they weren't attacking me for a while, but I didn't notice that, so I started attacking them, and then we died a lot. So then once I'm like, you know what? I'll leave Blood to it. Blood, bloody.
And
I'll
then
leave
Boone
Blood.
killed them all.
I'll leave Boone to it. So Boone gets shot. I'm hiding behind the freaking crate. So they open fire on me. So I was like, you know what? You gave me an actual reason to attack you. So I take out the dynamite and then I throw it at Arcade Cannon. Arcade Cannon shocks that shit off.
Because he's a companion.
I mean, you still should be able to kill him. I don't think they're necessary or whatever the hell.
They're
I
not
don't think
immortal until you recruit them, I think. They
Yeah.
might be immortal beforehand, actually. I've never checked. There are
I
no
don't
evil
remember.
companions, so I've never actually had an excuse to kill one.
But yeah, so now we're in this issue where we can't go into the old Mormon fort because people will try to attack us. So now the next session's plan is to find the Brotherhood of Steel, become friends with the Brotherhood of Steel, and then lead the Brotherhood of Steel to the old Mormon fort and tell them that the Enclave is there.
Is that an option?
No, but we'll make it an option somehow.
Look, you can kill lots of people in Freeside, but there's two people you need to spare. Well, three characters you need to spare. You need to spare the King because he's awesome. You need to spare Rex because he's a nice robot dog, and that's not right to shoot Rex in the face. And you need to spare Fisto for obvious reasons.
So with King and Rex, it depends on whether or not they'll attack us. They might get
You might have not to go for a pun here. You may have already screwed the pooch on getting Rex as a companion.
we
Yeah, I'm
already
pretty
have.
sure at some point during the massacre we failed that mission, so I think Rex is off limits to us now.
No, we still have the mission for Rex. It's just that there's literally no way for us to do it unless I can somehow respawn. We can somehow like magic the freaking crier back or something and then fix our reputation with that.
I mean, you can still get Eddie for that spot. Eddie's lamer than Rex, but I mean, he works. Barely.
I'll get the robot.
Barely.
I'll get the robot.
I had Eddie for like 5 minutes. Doesn't he just play music and shoot lasers occasionally?
Yeah.
He's so lame. He was supposed to be better in the DLC, wasn't he? Because
I have no idea. I don't think I ever used him in the DLC. I always went with Rex.
I think he was in Lonesome Road. I think he was the only companion you could take in Lonesome Road.
I was not aware you could take companions on the Lonesome Road.
You can't, except for Eddie. There's some place on Lonesome Road you can find a new body for Eddie, and like the AI will transfer.
Ah.
Which kind of makes the road a bit less lonesome, but you know.
So yeah, the Freeside Massacre will continue in the next session, hopefully, depending on whether or not we can actually get freaking buffed up enough for us to be able to take on Arcade Cannon and his freaking energy weapons.
Everybody runs into that with Fallout, don't they? Because I wiped out the White Glove Society on my end. Honestly, wiping out the White Glove Society is easier than dealing with it the right way.
Yeah.
And that one was also Boone's fault. That one was also Boone's fault. Boone is just too fucking trigger happy. Jesus.
Yeah, the thing with Boone in our playthrough is that he's the morally guided one in the team. He still has no morals. So
He's an angel of death.
yeah. Boone's third name is Mangala.
Oh, Jesus. Boone is his surname, dumbass. That or he's Boone. I don't know what.
I like it. Boone Boone.
No, his full name is Edward Boone.
Oh, God. That'd be awesome. Shut up. And he just gives you Mortal Kombat powers.
Yeah. It would explain why he's so keen on killing everyone, though. But yeah, like another idea was to say, since we're already sort of down this road, to just move goalposts a bit and kill everyone. Just
Oh,
everyone.
all right. Ordinarily, I keep the homicidal urges in check until I get to the Legion base, but all right.
I mean, if plans goes as planned, then the only people we will be friends with are the Brotherhood and or the NCR.
Oh, yeah, the NCR, the group that's most liable to get pissed off about you killing civilians.
Yeah, I mean they weren't pissed off. Not only were they not pissed off about Freeside, they actually gave me a radio to call in help.
Yeah, somehow immediately after we left the Freeside massacre, we went and did an NCR mission and we became instantly liked by them. So I'm not sure how that works out. Yeah, this psychopath just murdered all the civilians in Freeside, but he went to Nipton and told us what happened there. So we're good.
I forget. Did the NCR have issues with the followers, or were they getting along? Because I know one group doesn't like the followers, but I forget which one.
I think it's the Brotherhood that doesn't like the followers, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I know Brotherhood doesn't like the followers, but I think either NCR or House doesn't like the followers. The Legion treats them well, but that's just because Kaisar used to be one of them.
right. I think it. Ooh, I really don't know. I feel like it was House, but I also feel like House didn't like anybody. So it might have been NCR.
Yeah, at the same time, I think Arcade Gannon supports House in the war, and that would mean that House probably supports the followers.
Yeah.
I think it may be NCR that is kind of awkward with the followers. I'm getting it all kind of lumped together because I know the NCR ending is a bad ending for Arcade because the NCR goes after him since he's an enclave. Oh man, Fallout New Vegas is good, and we're never gonna get another good Fallout game, so might as well appreciate it.
What was I going to say? Freaking bloody hell! The thought escapes me. It was something about the massacre of everybody who lives. But oh right, yeah. So right after the massacre, we also took time to just beat people beat children with tire irons. Because why not?
Jesus Christ. I mean, they are invincible and immortal, so they're vampire kids. They don't age either. Holy shit, they are vampires.
They feed on spiders.
I'm trying to think. There's one character that I find really annoying, and if I decided to go evil, I would just immediately fast travel to him to kill him, but I can't remember exactly who.
Benny.
But you can kill Benny on any route. You just gotta work it properly. Yeah. If you play as a chick, you can fuck him to death. Oh man, it probably is one of the casino owners. I would, you know what? It's the Gamora. I would go in and butcher everybody in the Gamora. That's probably who I'd go for. And that one's a good path. Fuck it. That's chaotic good.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell you
walk back into the top. You just walk back to house like, hey, so now you've got 2 casinos. You didn't need the third one, trust me. Matter of fact, I'm beginning to think you only need 1.
It looks like you don't need your life either, so.
Oh man.
But yeah,
especially if you pick the cannibal trait, because you guys have seen the cannibal. There's an exclusive cannibal perk that you can only get if you fucking kill and eat the leader of each faction.
I did not.
Yeah, if you eat House, if you eat the King, if you eat Kaisar, and I forget who it is they consider for the NCR. I don't think it's the president. I think it's that general guy that's like near the dam, but I could be wrong. It might even be that fucking diplomat that's in New Vegas.
Oh. What perk do we get for it? Because since we might as well go in a freaking kill all route.
Since Addy's already made up his mind and is going on the cannibal route now.
The thing is, you can't even get an ending. Well, you can. You can go for the independence ending.
Yeah,
because you can't kill Yes Man. I tried. Lord knows I did. I'm looking
Uh,
up. I'm gonna look up the perk right now, but
but like I'm not even sure what you'd call Howard now, because like he started off as neutral, like chaotic neutral, I suppose. I'm not sure what the hell he is now.
He's just lost his mind.
Yeah, it's the beret.
The
Look his
beret
mind,
ate his brain.
look his mind controlling him through the beret, making him kill people.
here we go. Enjoy. It's the Meat of
Alright.
Champions perk.
President Kimball, I was right.
How do you even get President Kimball to spawn outside of that one Legion mission?
Well, you probably shoot him near the death, and we can probably get close to him. What is considered.
No, it's the actual president of the NCR who only shows up for that one mission where the Legion tries to assassinate him.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you'd have to go down the Legion or NCR path to get him to spawn then.
Well, yeah, we're down the LCR path already. They trust us. Not gonna be for long though, but they trust us for now.
They'll trust us long enough for us to get to the president, and then we're no longer NCR.
Yeah.
You know, we thought we trusted him, and then he ate the president. So,
This was a bad decision, man.
man, whoever gave that guy a radio is getting fired.
It'll freaking work like bloody an anime. So we eat President Kimball, thus becoming him. So we are now
Kirby him. You're joking. You're joking, but you realize this is actually the perk. This is the Meat of Champions perk. You eat the 4 leaders to gain their powers. I love it. And it's actually fitting to a picture I went ahead and found. So let me throw down a timestamp.
So now that's been decided, Pink.
Oh, you're gonna have to
Do you
zoom
want-
in. It's tiny.
Yeah, Pink.
Let
Do
me
you
zoom.
want to go with the Legion? Do you want to die by Boone's hands?
Oh no, we can't betray Boone.
But it has to be. We have to die to Boone. It is only fitting.
Have you seen all the people that Boone has killed?
Yeah, he killed them with us.
No, wait. You can eat. Wait. If you can eat people to gain their powers, think of what you'd get from eating Boone.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh.
We killed the leaders, and then we killed Boone, and then he shoots us.
I'm not gonna even include the picture in the video because there's just nothing. We're not even acknowledging it.
We were discussing it, yeah.
Okay. So you played a good bit of Fallout. What else did you do, Addy?
Oh bloody hell! I had to basically I've been more or less forced to start watching Naruto again because, long story short, my mom was wondering what was up with Naruto because we used to watch it when I was like 11, and so I translated the freaking Boruto for her, and now we're watching Shippuden.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Why would she do this? Why would she make you suffer so?
She likes the series.
Oh man. That is, I'll just, I'm not gonna ask any questions. I don't want more Naruto talk. No more. Somebody, Addy, did you do something else? Anything else? Please, God.
Freaking. Oh, For Honor.
For Honor.
I did. Yes. I do For Honor. So, what's happening with For Honor? Okay, there's a double loot event. So you get double the amount of loot. And then we also yeah.
Okay, and I assume it's not a special themed loot.
I think it's special team now, but I think it might. I don't remember if it ends before or after the Assassin's Creed event is over. Either way, you get what you would get. Otherwise, it's just that there's a better drop chance for everything.
Okay, and is that about it?
Oh yeah. Well, I fought with Pink in PV for a PV Pink. That was interesting. Pink, any input?
I won the dark match.
Yeah. Oh right, we actually have no proof of that. If you want to link it in the video description. So here's proof that Pink won the dark match.
Hang on. Oh, shit. All right, well, all right, I'll include that into the video description. So, folks in the audience, if you want to see that dark match, you're going to have to look at the description.
Yeah, so that happened. And then Pink, what do you think about Shugoki? Or Centurion's cutscene?
Oh lordy, the Centurion cutscene I never want to see again. That hurt. Shugoki's pretty friggin' scary now that he can hug me to death. So that's cool.
So, I take it then Addy's worked out Shugoki's command grab really well?
Yeah, it's not that I worked it out really well, it's just that Pink couldn't jump away from it.
It's just that.
Oh, we lost Pink.
Yup, we have. Let me see if I'll just bet we can hear you through him.
Thank God, I think we're just about close to the end of the podcast because Pink is dying.
Oh, blimey. By the way, I've been having audio issues, so
this is pretty much our signal to end the podcast is when Pink starts dying.
Yeah. So, how's my audio? Is it clear? Because I've been having audio issues.
Yeah, same as usual.
Okay, good. So, Pink, continue.
What'd I do? What happened?
You just cut out and then didn't come back.
Yeah. I was saying that what was I saying? We were talking about Shugoki and you were explaining how you were like getting better. Or not that you were getting better, but that you were explaining that.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, you were explaining something. I was just cutting in and saying it wasn't anything special that Addy did. It was just that I suck at the game.
It's not that you suck, it's that I forgot to tell you to freaking jump away from it.
True.
That's kind of a lesson for all fighting games. Whenever you see a fucking command grab character, jump and dash. I accidentally said junk, which works as well. Though I think that in terms of king of having junk in the trunk, that's Shugoki. Though admittedly I haven't been paying a great degree of attention to the asses of any For Honor characters. That may be a mistake, though. I don't know. Pink, I think you're our ass expert. How are the asses of For Honor?
Well, Shugoki sat on me yesterday, so they're pretty firm. I rate him a 10.
All right, a good solid 10.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of 10s? I feel like there are.
There are varying degrees of 10s amongst the roster. I'm not really feeling the male raider, but I could be biased.
Yeah,
he spears me a lot and it hurts.
Mel Raider kind of invested in his points in other categories.
He's got humongous shoulders.
He invested in Triple H.
All right. So is that about it, Addy?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. On my end, I did a couple things. I tried 2064, finally. It's been sitting on my PS4 ever since Addy recommended it. It's an interesting point and click. I will say it's funny. I thought Addy said there's not very much kind of politics or, even though it's made by an LGBT team, he said that there wasn't very much in it, which I don't have a problem with LGBT-ness. I do find politics annoying at times, but it's usually just when I disagree with them. But, like, Addy, you know what the Castro district of San Francisco is, right?
Is that the one with the rainbow walkways?
Yes, it is a super gay district. And I thought it was funny, like, oh, and Addy said there's not a whole lot of homosexuality in this game. That's a weird statement to make. And I got in there, and it's like, all right, let's go to the Castro district of San Francisco. And I'm like, all right, well, Addy was wrong. It doesn't get more gay. It's an interesting point and click, because it's one of those games where they actually put in your character having fucking reactions to just about anything. Early in the game, you can get a little carton of spoiled milk from your refrigerator, and it can be interacted with nearly any item in the game. And your character has pretty much a joke for pretty much every single thing, like, oh, put spoiled milk on computer, and your character says, I'd rather not destroy somebody else's computer. Or put spoiled milk in mildew in the sink. And the guy's like, that probably would create some kind of horrible biological monster. Also, that game is loaded with references. I would kind of expect any indie comedy game to start with a Simpsons reference. So, the Simpsons reference, I saw it coming. But then I was weirded out when it starts with a fucking Deadly Premonition reference, too. Of all things I was expecting to see referenced, that was not one of them. Otherwise, yeah, it's a point and click. Yeah. It's very low budget, but at the same time, they got some fairly big voice actors. Because the narrator, Lee from Walking Dead, that little robot thing that hangs out with you for the entire game, it's fucking Ashley Johnson, Ellie from Last of Us, and the waitress from Avengers, oddly enough.
Right.
So that was weird. I didn't put too much time into it, probably only 2 hours, but yeah. It's surprisingly high budget in some areas and surprisingly low budget in others. Also, it's one of those games where they must have had the writer sit there and write down lines for every single fucking thing. There is a chair that you can talk to. Well, you can talk to everything in the game. There's an option to talk to anything. And of course, naturally, if you try to talk to a door, or talk to a car, or talk to a chair, the game treats you as a crazy person, as it should. But you can try and talk to the chair, and there are honestly like fucking 40 dialogue lines that are just for the game mocking you for trying to speak to the chair. So, that was interesting enough. Put in more time in Castlevania Rondo of Blood with Addy. We'll probably throw that up on the channel if the recording works out. I don't think I've heard from Addy.
It's already up.
Oh, it's already up?
Yeah. Go into it and check the original file's name.
Okay, alright. That's good then.
Is it up in public, or is it just up and waiting to go up?
It's waiting to go up, yeah.
That makes sense.
Alright. Yeah. So I thought I thought that was pretty fun. Yeah. Other than that, put more time into Smash, obviously. Finally got all the characters unlocked. And
nice.
Yeah. The last one was Palutena.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? Out of all the characters on this roster that I'm comfortable with not unlocking, she's probably the big one. Rosalina and Palutena, I completely forgot both of them were even in the game. So they were the last ones to be unlocked. I honestly thought I had the roster complete, and it's like, oh, hey, you should unlock Rosalina. And I'm like, wait, what?
Here's two more. Wait, who are these guys?
These fucking early 2010s Nintendo losers that probably won't be in a game ever again. I don't know. Now Sakurai's got a free schedule. He's probably going to make more Kid Icarus games, isn't he?
Probably.
He's going to make more Kirby games.
Probably that, too. I also got to try, since I just picked up the Switch, I downloaded the demo to Kirby Star Allies. Yeah, Kirby games are fucking weird. Did they deliberately make those games, like, incredibly fucking easy? Like, I honestly got hit once, and it took a tiny sliver off my health bar. those games are just plain silly levels of easy.
Yeah, the last Kirby game I played.
Here's the thing,
Oh,
W.
I've only ever played one, if I recall. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was on the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, that was a long time ago.
Here's the deal, W. You downloaded the American demo. In the Japanese demo, it's just Kaizo Mario with Kirby.
It's the Dark Souls equivalent for children.
Oh my god, Pink, have you ever seen Kaizo Mario?
I have.
Oh man. Is Kaizo Mario free?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, that might be something we would do someday. Who knows?
I don't know now with Nintendo cracking down on ROMs and shit.
They're getting better about LPs. They're definitely getting better about LPs.
No, not the LPs. Just acquiring the ROM to Kaizo Mario will be an issue.
Yeah, probably. If you have to go to any shady sites, I'm definitely not touching it. But yeah. So that was all really. I got to try also the demo to Octopath Traveler, and that's a game that is now. It's one of those. It's a Square Enix RPG, and it's the first time in fucking forever that I think Square Enix has done a proper new RPG franchise instead of just coming out with another fucking Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. Which, of course, also more leaks are indicating that More leaks are, of course, indicating that the next DLC character for Smash is going to be a Dragon Quest weirdo, which is unfortunate. Because I'd rather not see Akira Toriyama designs in anything, but, you know.
I don't even know what Dragon Quest is.
Do you not want Dragon Ball in your game?
No.
I'm good, thank you.
Dragon Quest is Final Fantasy's kind of rival JRPG series in the East, going back to the 80s. You know the famous cutesy slime, the blue slime with the smiley face?
Yeah.
It's the starter enemy in Dragon Quest. It's the Dragon Quest Goomba.
Okay.
But the main thing about Dragon Quest is that all the character designs are from Akira Toriyama. So they all look like fucking lame Dragon Ball characters. And not even Dragon Ball Z characters, Dragon Ball characters. Back when everybody was a fucking baby face.
And if Toriyama is as good on Dragon Quest freaking Dragon Quest characters as he is on Dragon Ball characters, then expect none of them to be consistent at all.
And they all look the same somehow. Because the only way he can differentiate is hair.
Yep, I just Googled up Dragon Quest. I see exactly what you're talking about.
That's some Toriyama.
The thing about Toriyama that is really freaking funny to me is, you know how there's a new Broly movie coming out?
Yes, doesn't he hate Broly?
No. Here's the thing. From what I remember from his tweet or whatever it was, where he announced the new Broly movie. The story behind the new Broly movie is a couple of fans came up to me and asked me if I'm ever going to rework Broly. So then I looked up who Broly is. And I was like, oh, right. So now there's a new Broly movie coming out.
I don't think Broly was made by him. I think that was one of the ones made by some other fucking losers.
No, he came up with the design, I'm pretty sure, at the very least.
Oh, okay. That makes it better.
So he completely forgot about the character that he made.
I'm
We had
not
to look him
surprised.
up. I mean, it's not that I'm surprised. I just find it funny how he's like, I forgot about this character completely. Okay, I guess I'll freaking start working on him now.
Broly is the most Western-ass character design in Dragon Ball, so it's not a shock to me that everybody in... Like, because he's not popular at all in Japan, right? Because isn't Broly just pretty much a Western thing?
I wouldn't know.
Because Japan, like Dragon Ball, they got lots of muscular dudes. But full-on Incredible Hulk size, I think Japan would be kind of turned off. Where America would be like, yeah! So, yeah, it's weird to me that they're even making Broly canon. Ugh. Then again, everything Dragon Ball is weird.
Stupid as shit.
I mean, Dragon Ball is shit. That is correct. But, other than that, I also... Oh, I watched The Exorcist, finally. And it is a horror movie that has aged pretty well, actually. There are a couple things that surprised me about it. I learned recently from Mike and from watching the movie that the famous, spider walk scene, right, where she's walking on like backwards limbs on all
Yeah.
fours,
Yeah.
not in the original cut. It was a deleted scene.
Oh.
So I actually didn't get to see
Weird.
that scene. But otherwise, yeah, most of the major scenes are there, and boy, that movie, it goes places. Because I mean, when they act like it's just like people always say it's a scary movie and all that, but they always just bring up the fucking head turning, right? That's always what they go for,
Right.
and that's kind of overplayed. But the movie actually hits a lot of the other good notes. The soundtrack is really good at building tensions. It's kind of got that Silent Hill soundtrack aspect where there's a lot of droning noises and a lot of really uncomfortable, repetition and industrial noises going on and all that kind of shit. And that's really good. And it's never in your face. There's not a single real jump scare in the movie. There's a moment where a demon's face flashes by the screen for like a split second, but if you blinked, you wouldn't even see it. And that's pretty much the only example in the entire movie. It's otherwise a very much slower horror movie. And it kind of dips into another horror trope that I'm not particularly fond of, which is, I'll call it shock horror, but don't confuse it with jump scares. Like, disgusting horror. Where the horror isn't like anything scary, the horror is just that they're portraying something fucked up. Which I think that's mostly why what freaked people out about, say, The Hills Have Eyes, was because it had rape and it had cannibalism, which were much freakier things back then. Nowadays we just kind of like, oh yeah, it's a horror movie with rape and cannibalism. Ugh. And The Exorcist has some fucked up shit in it. There is a rather infamous scene in which Reagan, at being possessed by the demon, starts stabbing herself in the genitals with a crucifix. And yeah, and I think that movie might have also been fairly offensive to Christians at the time, perhaps. And she's also yelling something that I'm not going to yell out loud because I don't want to get weird looks.
Is it your mom sucks cocks in hell?
No, I'm fine with saying that. That's actually one of my favorite moments in the movie. I love that line for just how the fucking audacity of telling someone that to their face.
Yeah, I love that line.
It's so to the point brutal.
Yeah.
And it feels so arbitrary too, because it doesn't sound like she actually is trying to mean anything. It's just like the biggest way of saying fuck you. But the movie, I will say, it's probably its primary flaw is that it's too slow for the opening quarter. Before Reagan actually gets possessed, the movie is too slow. It doesn't really go anywheres. It establishes the characters well enough. The main priest character that everybody knows and probably thinks of as the main character is handled really well, and he's really likable. And he's set up to have serious issues that would make him doubtful. And the way his character arc ends, which The Exorcist probably has one of the more famous ways that the villain is defeated in a creative way, that I can think of at least. And that whole thing is just handled really well. I found it really funny, though, and kind of sad. Max von Sydow is in it, which I just recently found out his last name is pronounced Sydow. I've been calling him Max von Sydow for years. So now I feel like an idiot now. So Max von Sydow is one of those actors that's always been around and always been respected, but you never really see him in any movies. And The Exorcist, I finally got to see a movie with him in it for more than 5 minutes. In this one, he's in it for 15 minutes. I felt awful for him, though, because this movie came out in 73 or 75 or something. And in that movie, they act like he's fucking ancient. And I mean, to their credit, Max von Sydow looks pretty fucking ancient in that movie. He looks like he's got to be in his 80s in that movie. He looks awful. Max von Sydow is still alive. He's 89 now. He was 45 when they filmed The Exorcist. His character is so old that he dies of a heart attack. Could you imagine being 45 playing a man in his 80s who dies of a heart attack because he's so fucking old?
And being real and actually looking the part.
Yeah. Like, let me bring up a fucking picture of what Max von Sydow looks like in that movie. Because, like, I felt bad for him, but man, it's accurate. Let me, here. Oh, no, that's not a good picture. Here it is. Oh, no, that's also a bad picture. Fuck me. Here we go.
I'm even imagining for bad pictures is just like his face on like a freaking pregnant body and shit like that. Like the weirdest, more obscure fetish porn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks pretty fucking gaunt for 45, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is still kicking. He was in Force Awakens.
Also the Sith Lord.
He actually really would have worked as a Sith Lord.
He would have.
Oh, man. They could have just said Palpatine's back, and we'd be like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
He somehow got more hair on his head, but okay.
Incredible. The powers of the dark side.
Unlimited. That would have been better than what we got. Oh, man. And other than that, I think there's just one last thing. I finally am trying. I said this a couple weeks earlier, but I'm trying to get back into Yakuza 0 so I can go ahead and finish it. Because there's a ton of games I need to get off my PS4 hard drive. And Yakuza 0 is a big one that I need to finish. So getting back into it, I finally finished fucking Chapter 6 for Kiryu. Which, that I've been sitting on that one for like 6 months now. And moved back to finally getting to play as Majima. And it's been forever since I've got to play as Majima. So that's actually inserting some new energy into the game for me, that I get to play as Majima again. Particularly because I still haven't unlocked most of Majima's moveset, whereas I've unlocked most of everything for Kiryu at this point. I'm learning very quickly I should not try and hammer out all the side quests upon starting a game, because for some reason that just does not gel with me. It killed Yakuza 0 for me. It killed Spider-Man PS4 for me. It killed Red Dead Redemption 2 for me. I should probably stop doing that.
Maybe you should play like I do, where you don't go out of your way for the side missions, but if a side mission comes up naturally, then you do it.
I don't think I'll do it that way, because I think then I'd miss too many, but I definitely need to try and space it out more where it feels natural.
The thing with side missions for me is that they're side content. Like, they're there for you to experience if you want to. I think the core of a game should be able to be judged just on what is forced on you, basically. So
I firmly disagree. I think side content is a core part of the game. I think it's a major part, especially in games like Yakuza, where the side missions lead into the main story of later games. Because there's one moment in Yakuza 0 where you meet the Yakuza 2 villain as a teenager. So I'd consider that fairly important.
I don't disagree with that some missions can be important. I just disagree with them being core parts. Overall,
they should be skippable, but I definitely think that a game can be judged by the quality of its side content. I would definitely say that. I would definitely disagree with the idea that you should only judge it based off the main story. Because there have been some games that just had absolutely awful side content, and it was a big fucking drag on the game.
But yeah, as I've said, this is why I play through the main story, or I focus on the main story, but I do side missions that come out naturally. That way, I think that I judge the game fairly, since I do some side content that the game conditioned me to play, basically, while still not straying away far from the main story. There are some games that actually do this wrong, in my opinion. Namely, Assassin's Creed Origins. Because in Assassin's Creed Origins, you have no choice. They're called side missions, but they're not. unless you don't want to be, unless you want to be freaking severely underleveled, then you have to do the side missions, which makes them not side missions. That makes them main missions.
That makes that game an RPG, Addy.
Yeah,
Lots of
and
side. Every RPG does that.
I don't
It,
buy RPGs for a reason. Yeah, so but like once again, it's the thing of Assassin's Creed transitioning to an RPG and my issues with it, because like if I pick up Final Fantasy, then I expect there to be a grind. If I pick up Assassin's Creed, I don't expect there to be a grind.
there was kind of a grind in Assassin's Creed, especially when they were trying to implement the side games, like the
Well,
fucking
which one?
Brotherhood or the fucking the properties in Assassin's Creed 3.
Well, which part of Brotherhood would you consider a grind? Because like,
The actual trainees, the Brotherhood, the actual Brotherhood. And there
I
were
don't
also
know.
a
'Cause
shit ton of side missions in Brotherhood. There were just an absolute fuck ton. Especially if
yeah,
you
that's
wanted to
true.
get that crazy armor.
Yeah.
And
Um.
buying the shops was a grind. I remember that being a huge one.
Yeah. Buying freaking I hit my mic. The buying of the shops could be a grind. Yeah, the Brotherhood I don't know, just cause for for me I just did it every so often when it came up that it would be useful to me in the long run. Cause like I never just sat down and was like, okay, I'm gonna make all of my trainees assassin masters immediately. It was a progression where I progressed through the story. I went and looked up on them, and then I got my money from them. I sent them out on the next mission, and then I progressed through the story again. So
Yeah,
as I
yeah,
progressed,
but if you want to like get like all max rank assassins and beat like the major later missions, then yeah, it was kind of a grind. Like
I don't know, cause like for me, um, I think out of the like what was it like 8 or 10 or however much you can have, I think out of those all of them, by the time I finished the story, I had like one of them who wasn't master rank, and they were like one rank under it.
hmm. Yeah, but did you play it safe then? Because I feel like I ran into a lot of cases where mine died on missions. And a lot of mine died when I called them in because there was some type of fucking NPC that just mows down the assassin trainees. I want to say it was the halberdier guy, the lawbringer looking dude.
Ah, yeah, the Lawbringer. Yeah, he was a problem for my Chinese as well, but then I just helped by shooting him.
Yeah.
So usually that took care of him, and then as for the mission for the actual missions, yeah, I tried to make it so well. Basically, I would look through all the list of the missions that we had, and then I would look at the experience, and then make it so there's always 100% or at least a 90% chance of success. And through Brotherhood and Revelations, only one guy died on me that way. Like through all of my playthroughs,
Did
one
they bring
guy.
that feature back for Revelations?
Yeah,
I didn't know
it,
that.
it's actually still in 3 as well.
No, it's not. I played 3. It
It
was
is.
not in
It's
3.
in 3. It's in 3. It's just not that you can pick up anybody from the street. It's just the people you get from the side missions become your assassin trainees, and then you can train them and send them on Boston and shit like that.
Does that not happen until like halfway through the game?
Well, the jack shit happens until halfway through the game. Freaking the first 3 sequences are Tatum, but but I think it happens after Achilles. Well, I think it. Hmm. I think you. I think it happens after you escape New York or whichever Boston. I don't remember which
After the
city.
Boston Tea Party?
No, I think it happens like after you escape the. Basically, when they shoot the incognito thing, the game mechanic, I think it happens after that. Like there's a riot.
Oh,
There's this French dude.
the
That
Boston
is there's
Massacre. The Boston
Yeah,
Massacre
possibly
when
that.
Samuel Adams helps you hide.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then how you get introduced to the assassin training is there's this French dude who wants to start a riot, and you stop him from killing himself with the guards. So the two of you go around the town making it so people are restless, and then the game's like, okay, so you can tell these people that riots and shit like that to happen. And basically, what they did is that they wanted to improve upon the assassin training mechanic of Brotherhood and Revelations. So instead of just calling them in, you can call them in and tell them what to do if you just want them to make it so people disappear, or if you want them to actually kill people. But then they hid it. So I think you need to go to like the weapon selection screen and then press like left bumper or something to open up the assassin menu.
Okay, because I got past the Boston Massacre. I forget where I stopped. I think it was after killing the first of the Templars, the one that was trying to make the one that was attempting diplomatic deals with the Native Americans.
Hickey?
Yes, I think him. Yeah, I think after I killed him was about where I stopped.
I think you should have them. Have at least one of them at that point.
I didn't run into that, but I don't remember doing the mission with the French guy either. So it might have just been a side mission I missed.
I think that's part of the main story.
And now
actually.
I'm feeling cheated about the fucking game. This is what I'm talking about, Addy. And now I feel like I've been fucking cheated out of Assassin's Creed 3 content.
I'm pretty sure that's a main mission though. The French guy one.
Oh, fuck me.
Because like how Assassin's Creed does stuff, or at least how it did stuff once upon a time, was that you get introduced to everything through main missions, and then if they feel like it, then they'll move the additional content of that particular mechanic to side missions.
Okay, well, back to Yakuza 0, just because there's a picture I've been sitting on for a little bit that I wanted to bring up. But speaking of Yakuza 0 side content, with Kiryu, I unlocked the ability to have him have the bottomless stomach where he can eat all the food.
Yeah.
So I can go around and eat all the food at all the restaurants. Have not unlocked that for Majima. So, here's another awkward zombie comic of Yakuza that perfectly simulates the feelings that I have regarding that moment. Oh, man. And that's Yakuza. That's Yakuza. That's what you're getting into there, Pink.
I love it.
Yeah, we have to agree that Yakuza will be a Bizarre Adventures featuring Pink Sparkle Puff from the PV Pink series.
Man, if we can really get share play working, I would absolutely just love to try and figure out a series where one of us plays Kiryu and the other plays Majima. Because you and me both own it.
Yeah. I mean, I own all the first 3 games now, so I would probably be the one share playing with Pink.
Oh, man. And then eventually we'd get to Yakuza 4 and we'd have to get another person.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Yakuza 5, oh, God. It's 5 of us all sitting around one TV, like, ah! It'll be fucking 2 or 3 years from now. Hey, Mike, soon, you want to join in for this? Which one of us is going to play the fucking J-pop singer?
Oh, Haruka is a freaking playable character?
Yes, she is in 5. She is a playable
Shit!
I think she's the only female playable
Brian.
character yet, though presumably the Shin Yakuzas are going to add more. I want to see them continue. I know they're trying with 6. They're trying to bring it back down to 1 playable character. I don't want to see that. I want to see it keep going like 4 and 5, where it's fucking insanity. Where you have 5 different characters, each with their own city, their own submissions, and all that shit. Their own mini games. Because Kiwami 2 did bring back multiple playable characters, right? Doesn't Majima get his own little mini campaign?
Yeah, he does.
Right, sweet. The proper problem with Yakuza 0 would be which one of us would be Kiryu and which one of us would be Majima.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah. And now Pink's dead. So
Yeah.
I think Pink might have problems with share play if we ever get around to doing it with him.
I mean, it depends. He might have problems with share play on Sundays.
Yeah.
Or Saturdays, rather. So Pink, do you want to be the freaking do you want to be the stone faced guy or the eye patch guy?
Crazy eye patch man.
Crazy Eye Patch Man.
All right.
Now, Crazy Eye Patch Man is objectively the better one because in the one Yakuza game to get an English translation, he was voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
And Mark Hamill was the only one on that cast to give a fuck. Everybody else phoned it in.
So that means I'll probably be Kiryu if I'm the one who game shares with Pink.
Yeah, probably.
So Pink, about that, when can we expect game share?
Can we please stop hassling Pink over the PS4? Addie's like setting up a fucking Majora's Mask clock on Pink with the PS4 here.
If Pink doesn't have a PS4 in 3 days, a gigantic as PS4 will destroy the work.
With an
or the
angry
world.
face on it. It's gonna be the assist character in the next Smash. She's gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh man. Oh man, speaking of Smash, I still hate those fucking items like the Galaga drone and that. What's that fucking little bug thing that if it hits you, you fly off screen?
Oh yeah, it's the beetle. I think it's from Zelda.
Fuck that thing, man.
Yeah.
The Galaga drone I can at least see coming, but that thing never fucking that is not telegraphed. Just a fucking random computer picks it up, throws it at me, dead.
Yep.
It bugged me that it's not even percentage based, because even like the other like even if you get the assist trophy of Kapp'n, like Kapp'n you can still break your way out of if you're not an absurdly high percentage. Those things get fucked.
Yep. It's like maybe if you've just respawned, you have a chance, but otherwise, it doesn't matter. Those things will just pick you up and take you off the map.
I have half a mind with Smash, honestly, to just turn off every item except assist trophies. Alright. So, I think we can call that a podcast. Addie, say bye. Folks, we will see you later.
Bye.
Fuck.